Good morning, YouTube. Today is Saturday, August 28th. I want to take the time to share a vision that I received 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there. Um, and this vision I should have shared it a lot sooner. Um, I didn't, and that was my fault. And now people can say, oh, well, you know what, you didn't share it beforehand, and now this stuff has come to pass. It's so easy to say, oh, I had a vision of this, I dreamt of this, or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share it anyways because there was another part to it as well. That obviously still hasn't come to pass, at least that second part. So I'm assuming that I was looking at it from the eyes of a United States military soldier, and it was like in this cave looking area, and we were in this cave, and there was like some kind of military vehicle on the left hand side, and it was just stationed there. This cave was kind of dark, but I remember seeing like the U.S. soldiers, like other U.S. soldiers, and they had their firearms and whatnot. And what I remember seeing was, like something was going on, and the soldiers were not doing anything; they were just standing by. And at first, I was like, when I woke up from the dream, I was like, why were they standing by? Were they scared? What was going on? Like something. They were just not doing anything, right? Because we're standing there, and all of a sudden, all of these guys dressed up how you see like in television with the Taliban, with the clothing. I don't want to disrespect anybody's culture, but that's how they were dressed. These guys start swarming in through the cave, right? And these soldiers kind of like just moved aside for them, and I saw those Taliban guys. All of a sudden, I saw like fire. I don't know if they were like, I don't know. The impression that I got, this was just the impression of the vision, was like they were burning people. I saw like some kind of like fire, but it was kind of weird. So I just knew that they were up to like no good. Anyways, I was viewing this, and I was like I was on the other side of the military vehicle, and I think I had like a weapon or something in the dream, and I kind of was just watching everything, and I was just watching these Taliban guys just come in one after the other, just like waves of them, and yeah, so it just seemed that there was more of them than there were actual soldiers, U.S. soldiers. Then the dream went ahead and it changed, and it looked like I was with my family, like my wife and my children, and we're standing in some sort of line, and it looked like it was like in the winter or something, because this area looked kind of like snowy or something. But all these people were lined up. I don't know if they were lined up to get like food or something, but it just looked weird. It looked something like off of a movie or something. It looked like people were just kind of like, I don't know, lined up, and there was like securities or something. Like, I don't know if there were securities, police, or what. And I ended up getting into some kind of fight, with like a physical fight with one of the security guards or something. I'm not sure. It was this part was a little blurry. I think I ended up getting a fight with like two of them or something. But what ultimately happened, like this line that everybody was in, like they needed to be in that line in order for something. Not sure exactly what, but I got a sense that the world was like in some kind of different state, like condition wise, because it was like it just looked like some kind of third world country, or I don't know if we had become a third world country, or what was exactly what's going on. But everybody just like dependent, you know, waiting in this line. And what I do remember after fighting those guys, I think they were like, I don't know if they were soldier security or whatever they were. But I remember seeing myself when I was wearing some white shoes, some kind of like fancy coat or something. It was weird. But anyways, um, there was like people living like outside, and there was these two girls. One was on the left side and one was on the right side, and me and my wife were walking up. But this part is kind of weird because I was walking up kind of arrogant. I don't know why I was behaving like this, but I kept saying like, yeah, like I won those two fights or something about like being 2-0 or something. I was kind of being arrogant about those fights. But anyways, I realized that those two women just kept staring at me, and yeah, I don't know, they seemed to be living on their own. They didn't seem to have like a man or whatever in their life or something at that time. It just seemed weird. Everything looked off. It looked like if some kind of event had happened where people were just almost like just kind of living off the land or something. It was something weird. But yeah, and I'm sorry for, you know, sharing the vision late. Obviously all this stuff with the Taliban has happened, and I woke up that morning and I shared that vision with my wife. I mean, so I guess, you know, my wife and my children, so I guess they're the only witnesses. But you know, I should have definitely shared that, especially with everything going on now. And you know, you look at the news and you see everything going on with the Taliban down there at you know, everything going on in Afghanistan, and just how they acquired all those weapons and everything else. And there's so much going on right now. Oh, also, I'll just throw this in there. I'll just make it on one video. I had a vision yesterday. It kind of seemed like kind of all over the place, but the part that stood out to me, I was next to my cousin. His name was my cousin's name is Louis, but somehow we were like on this wooden boat or something, like a small little boat, you know, fits maybe a couple of people, that's it. And it was wooden. It looked like old, like a classic, like one of those just old boats. Anyways, I knew that we had to go in the ocean, and the waves on, like, there was big humongous waves in the ocean, like something the world had never seen before. Just huge, hundreds of feet up in the air, and the ocean was going crazy. I knew we had to travel through that, and I don't know how, but it looked like, when I say scary, it looked like something, like it looked almost animated. It looked almost fake, like the waves are so big, so just unreal looking. I don't know how, but thank God that somehow we came through that whole wave thing. We went through it safely. But it was weird because everything was like sped up. Like our boat was like speeding. Which didn't make sense because this boat didn't have no engine. It was just like a wooden boat. So I think it's just things that are gonna come up ahead. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. You know, and then, you know, I just want to share visions. And this channel will never ask for any money. You know, I see some people on YouTube. This is just off topic. I'm talking about something else. I see some people, and you know, they ask for money, they do this, and they seem like they always like have a video. They always like a vision of this, a vision of that, a vision of this, and to be honest, the feeling that I get, I'm like, are they making up visions? Are they making things up for views? Are they trying to just, you know, they have their videos monetized and they just want to, you know, make some money off of the word and off of, you know, because it just seems like they have constant visions, like constant visions. And I'm like, wow, if you're, I mean, I don't want to talk about anyone else, you know, who knows, maybe they are receiving all these visions, but receiving visions that much and you're in constant communication with God and all this and that, then, you know, healing the sick and doing all these other miracles, and then that should be no problem, right? But anyways, it's just, that's just a thought. Anyways, thank you for viewing this, and like I said, next time that I have a vision, I will definitely, you know, put it out there as soon as possible, and well, immediately I should say. But yeah, thank you for watching.